guys, I'm live. Let me turn this up. How's everybody today? I hope people slide through because yes, I announced this. I announced it several hours ago, so we'll see. I did update the Discord like I told you guys I would be doing. I said that I would be updating that more often, and I've stuck to my word. But as usual, this will be available. Hi, welcome in for the replay. Okay, so I want to just get into it since I have somebody here. Hi. We're gonna be talking about the election. Okay, so I was like many of y'all. I didn't think Trump was gonna win. I really didn't. I know a lot of people. Hi, good to see you. So good to see you. Welcome in. I was just saying that I promised that I would update the Discord more, and I have. I feel like I've been really good at updating it and letting people know when I'm going live and, giving some updates on stuff. So happy to have been able to keep to my word with that. But just wanted to go ahead and kick it off and get started with I didn't think Trump was going to win. How do you feel about the election results? Are y'all shocked? Are you not shocked? I was a little bit shocked. I wanted Trump to win because the economy is shit. It's shit. Like, if you live in the US, I know I have subscribers from all over the world. The economy is trash. I think a lot of people are shocked. And I'm going to get into, that's why I made this live. I'm going to get into some of the predictions and stuff like that because it is so necessary for me to really have the conversation that we're going to have today. Hey, what's up, Maddie? Good to see you. Glad that y'all can join me tonight. So me and Truth Hurts were just saying that we are shocked by the results. Let me know if you were shocked by the results. I was shocked. I thought Kamala was going to win. Kind of like in 2016. This election reminds me of 2016. It reminds me of Hillary and Trump. So it just gives like that time loop situation again, where like history kind of repeating itself. Because Kamala did the same thing that we saw Hillary do, which was, I think, spend a lot of her campaign trying to like bash Trump and like go against Trump rather than necessarily talk about like what she was going to do for the people. Kamala did put the policies that she wanted to implement on her website, but at the end of the day, they weren't the best policies. People who know how to read and who know the implications of those policies and like what would pop off if they were implemented knew that she didn't have the best policies, like taxes on real capital gains. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. I was shocked. Her policies weren't the best policies. Also, but again, I was just gonna say I watched her do a lot of pandering. Her whole campaign was pandering. The fake laughs, the various accents depending on who she was talking to. Period. Truth hurts. Clock her. Yes, she didn't really want to spend too much time talking about policy because then people would be like, yes, what the fuck have you been doing for the last 3.5 fucking years? So I think that's a problem. And that definitely, you really clocked her with that. Because see, guys, I am so divested from politics because I come from the belief that they're going to put in place who they want to put in place, period. Like, if they want somebody there, they're going to have them there. And they that person who they have in place is there to carry out an agenda, and they're going to pick the best puppet for the agenda. Now, to a certain extent with this election, I'm kind of tired. Part of me feels like God intervened for real, and then the other part of me feels like this is what the fuck they wanted. I don't know. We're gonna kind of break some of that down, but Kamala made the same mistake as Hillary, which is getting too many celebrities involved in her campaign. That turned a lot of people off. And like, for real, it turned me off. I didn't like it. I thought that was corny. Like, she was losing the plot big time. Beyonce, Usher, Lil Jon, Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, stupid ass illiterate Cardi B. Like, her whole campaign was celebrity puppets. And like, people called out people who were on Diddy's list. Like, she was pandering to a ridiculous amount. And it's like she didn't take any notes from Hillary. That's how Hillary ended up losing the plot, because Hillary kept pandering too hard, like hot sauce in her purse and just making it seem like she really was just so down. And it's like, these people, it's not a good campaign tactic, because all you do is tell black people that you think that they're stupid, that you think that they still haven't, got hip to what you're doing. You think that black people can just be sold anything and that they'll just buy anything. And you have no respect for the intelligence of your black voters. Not all black people just automatically vote Democrat. Like, if anything, the community is starting to wake up and realize that the Democratic Party isn't really pro-black at all. Like, let's talk about this too. Speaking of pro-black and Democratic Party, the Democratic Party is responsible for all of these goddamn undocumented people in this country. They've let millions of people in, which has done what? Take jobs from the average everyday American, especially black people, who again tend to work lower paying jobs. So, um, so yeah, like, you've let all these random ass people in. They're committing crime. You giving them money. You're giving them all sorts of money. You know what I mean? Like, giving them housing, giving them money. You've torn up the United States, New York, Florida, California. You've torn up several states with all of these undocumented people. And y'all don't give a fuck who these people are. Y'all are not taking the creme de la creme. Y'all are taking in criminals. Y'all are taking up, oh, okay, you live in Ohio? Child, I know that weather is crazy. Period. Yes, Maddie, let's talk about it. Like, the Democratic Party has been running this bitch into the ground over the last 4 years. I'm glad y'all are clocking it. Like, thank y'all for coming through and giving me extra perspective, because yes, it's been so much junk. I can barely remember it all. Yes, billions to Ukraine, tearing up our economy, fucking food high as fuck, gas high as hell, like, everything is super expensive. What's up, Black Queen? Good to see you. It's so good to see you guys tonight. But yeah, y'all, like, they have torn up this country with undocumented people all over the place. And again, we've seen these stories, these criminal stories too. Here's what pissed me off with these undocumented people, with like them committing all kinds of crime and doing all sorts of weird shit. But here's what pissed me off really, really bad with the Democratic Party. And this is what I be saying when I say like witchcraft. I've talked to you guys on Station Head about this when it comes to election magic and like Democratic political magic. Yes, thank you for stopping by. Okay, so with the magic that be going on, let's talk about the situation with the pets. I know that most people felt like Donald Trump was crazy. He was not crazy. A man in Ohio. Truth hurts. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm happy her stupid ass lost too. I hope to never see a Kamala ever again. I want her ass out of here. But truth hurts. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about with that black man who went up to like the city hall somewhere in Ohio and was talking about that, yes, there were like some Haitians who were taking ducks out of ponds and yes, eating pets, who were cooking people's pets. A black man talked about that. And the Democratic Party tried to make it seem like, oh, Donald Trump is so crazy and he's so absurd. And people really bought it. And it's like, did y'all not see that black man go viral on fucking Twitter. Like, did y'all not see that black man go viral for, you know, calling out the politicians who just sit at a fucking desk all day in a suit and don't do shit? You know what I mean? You know what they say, you guys? In a world full of lies, the truth is crazy. Yes, Springfield. Thank you, Truth Hurts. I'm so glad I got somebody from Ohio in here. Yes. So in a world full of lies, when you speak the truth, oh, you crazy. She out of her mind. He out of his mind. They fucking crazier than a bedbug. Because you so used to hearing, you know, lies. You've been so massaged with lies over the years. You've been so comforted with lies that when you hear the truth, it's so absurd to you. It's so out of the ordinary for you. You would think that that person is out their goddamn mind. Well, you don't really know your head from your ass. Yes, cognitive dissonance. We're going to get more on that. But yeah, like that was just insane. And that let me know the magic is real, y'all. The magic is real. Like these people really do magic. They really do magic to affect people's minds. They really do. And a lot of the magic is in your phone. A lot of the magic is in your TV, your radio. Because let's talk about it. Like you look at this motherfucker phone all day, it's connecting right into your pineal gland, getting right in your eye chakras. You know, TVs is like what? TVs operate off of like frequency and waves. That's why you got people who only get upset when the media tells them to be upset. Like when the Ukraine shit popped off. Notice how you don't see Americans still like, oh, Ukraine, Ukraine, because the media had moved on from that. The media is not programming them anymore to worry about Ukraine. The media has changed their programming. So now they're worrying about something else. Just peep that. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all who are here do. You know, y'all see it. I definitely see it. Because I'm like, a lot of y'all, especially white people, no shade to them, but low key, like they just be like, I live in a very white city. Like black people in my city are like I'm usually the only black person at work. I'm usually the only black person, like it is, I do not see black people all the time, like where I am. I don't. And it's noticeable when you see somebody black. And I live in a pretty major, like a mid-sized city, but it's just not a city where a lot of black people reside. And a lot of these like liberal hippie white people are like, oh, Ukraine, we gotta send money to them. Y'all don't give a fuck about Ukraine. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna still go get y'all matcha and shit like that tomorrow. Like they just programmed you. Oh, donate to this and that. You know, let me donate and make myself feel better. Like it's crazy. Truth hurts. A lot of them just want to, they just want to like be accepted. They just want to like beat the Karen allegations. So they just, any cause they just ride for. And I never fed into the Ukraine shit because it's like, again, these people got, yes, virtue signaling, absolutely, period. I see a lot of that in liberal cities, and I live in a liberal city where that shit is like insane. But it's just crazy to me, like the democratic, the political magic is real. So all of that shit with the pets and stuff like that, it's just like people were trying to make it seem like Donald Trump was crazy. It's like Donald Trump is not crazy. Somebody really went viral talking about that. But the fact that people did not remember that or notice that, or you know what I mean, like that just escaped them, let me know that magic is really being done to get people's mind off of like the truth and to just completely like distract them and warp them to worry about like something else. That shit really blew my mind. Cause I was like, bro, like that video had thousands of views. And now people are saying that Trump is crazy. And it's just like the magic is real. Like they really be fucking with people's memories and fucking with people's thoughts. Like it's insane. Right. The Bible do talk about these people just like being out here, bro. So that's one thing. Yes, undocumented immigrants taking jobs, taking money going to Ukraine, a proxy war. Like the Democrats been fucking up for the last 4 years. Mm. And the worst thing, this bitch ass job market. Hi Corey, what's up? We've just been talking about the Bible, talking about how people just be so delusional and just so asleep. You know what I mean? Because we're saying that this is wild how delusional people are when it comes to what's going on in front of them, the truth. And people just will act like the shit is not real. And like, oh, I didn't see that. And, you know, it's like, what do you mean? And the Bible speaks about like people who just like on a fucking night walker, or what, White Walker, Army of the Dead. Yeah, people really just be knocked the fuck out, sleepwalking for real. Like you can't even help them. Um, my main thing, like a lot of other Americans' main thing, is the lies about the economy. Not only have the Democrats fucked up the economy royally, but they, shout out to you for knowing your books. Shout out to you, Truth Hurts. Not only have the Democrats destroyed the economy, but they keep lying and gaslighting people, saying that, oh, this is the strongest economy we've had in a long time. And, you know, unemployment is down. How is unemployment down and people are getting laid off left and right? How is unemployment down and the economy so good, but people have been striking at these major corporations? Like, how is the economy good? And how is, hi, good to see you, Perk. How are you? But we're talking about all the lies and the bullshit. We gonna go deep. I'm still warming up. But the Democrats saying, oh, the economy is so great. They're not living in a different dimension. They're trying to gaslight you into believing things that are not true. They want you to go against your own truth. We can go to the grocery store and see how much food costs. We can go see how much gas costs when we fill up. We can see the price of rent. You know, we see people again striking for higher wages. We see people again getting laid off. Most of us know somebody who has gotten laid off or left their job, which is very common to do because America is not known for great work environments. A lot of other people have the same complaints about work environments as I do. A bunch of crazy fucking lazy, hostile fucking people. Huh. You live in Miami. Oh yeah, I know you going through it. But I live in an affluent city too. I live in an affluent tech city where rent is fucking high. And I live in a city where we don't have a lot of industry. Like, you either need to be, of course, if you're a nurse or, you know, anywhere, if you work in healthcare anywhere, you can always make bread. But where I live, you need to either like work in healthcare or you need to mainly be in tech. Most people here who have money work in tech. Otherwise, you need to like work in the trades. You need to like be an engineer or work in HVAC or work in. Oh, I know you live in Cali. You need to work in like do electrician work. So I live in a city where that's why it's not a lot of black people. Right. No, they've been saying, oh, rent done went down. Where I'm at, I have noticed rent has gone down some, but it's still high as fuck. It's still high. And yes, if you don't work in like the trades, specifically again, like HVAC or electrical work, or you don't work in tech, or you're not like a nurse or a doctor, you're not really making no money here. Unless you're gonna get a government job. But yeah, it's a lot of broke people where I'm at because it's like Cali, where in Cali, like, I mean, I feel like there's more industry out there than the city that I'm in. As you guys, I'm in Texas, but I just feel like in California, like there's more industry, but even with that, like the dominant industry out there is tech, and tech cities are really hard to make it in because not everybody wants to do tech. I never have been interested in tech. It's not for me. I don't like technology like that. So, yeah, they've been gaslighting people with the economy. Oh, unemployment's down. People have been talking about how hard it is to find a job. When you leave a job right now, it's not easy to just walk into another high paying job. And people have complained about even like finding lower paying work. Like I've seen people like they've been rejected from fast food. They've been rejected from like, shitty ass like less than $20 an hour jobs. Like they've posted like rejection letters all over the place. There have been people who've been talking about, and I've had this happen to me several times. You apply for a job and it's like you get an immediate rejection. It's like, who even looked at my resume? It's like nobody could have possibly looked at my resume for me to get rejected from this job like so fast. Like I just applied. So people have expressed all of these things, all of these sentiments with how hard it is to find a job. A lot of these companies are not even hiring. Ghost jobs. I know you guys have heard that one. AI is reading your resume. Ghost jobs. And, again, people striking. Jobs do not pay as much as they need to pay to keep up with the cost of inflation, which means, oh, yes, truth hurts. Let's talk about it. We're going to get on that. I'm glad you brought that up. Jobs do not pay enough. Like the inflation has gone up so high, but jobs are still paying the same wages, if not less than they were 4 years ago. So it's like, again, you may be making the same. Hey, what's up, Bree? Oh, good, you made it. Because I remember you mentioning you wanted to stop by earlier. I'm glad you made it. People, again, it's like you're making less money because inflation is not keeping up with stagnant wages. And again, companies don't give pensions anymore. Yes, good to see you. Companies don't give pensions anymore, which is what they're fighting for at, I think, Boeing for pensions. I don't know how she's worked there for so long, Joe. I can't. But then I want to talk about what Truth Hurts just mentioned. Places are closing left and right. Yes, they are. I did post on my community post about Wendy's is about to close a lot of locations. They said that they're going to like move those locations or remodel them. And then I know an Office Depot by my house just closed. And yeah, y'all, places are just closing, period. Like, I mean, there's so many to name. Like, we've watched so many companies go into bankruptcy over these last couple of years. Again, Red Lobster, a lot of restaurant chains. Y'all, I just heard Shake Shack was in trouble. I'm not surprised, though. Shake Shack is nasty. But them nasty ass burgers. But I just heard that, like, Shake Shack. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Good to see you. Yes. TGI Fridays, they're going through it financially. Shake Shack going through it financially. Wendy's going through it financially. Big Lots. Hey, what's up, Dion? You good, Dion? We got the replay. We still heating up. I'm going in tonight because I'm not even at the good part yet. So it's just a lot of people, yes, going out of business. And when places go out of business, now you got to find someplace else to work. Starbucks too. Starbucks is closing a lot of locations. Retail stores are on their ass. Oh, you want to have somewhere to eat? There are places that are still thriving, but again, we've seen like fast food is just high now, y'all. Like even like McDonald's, y'all notice like Popeyes. Popeyes expensive now. Wendy's hasn't recovered from that finger in the chili scandal. I think that's the issue. Perk. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier, Perk. But I was telling y'all, hey, what's up, Milo? Good to see y'all. Y'all are pouring in. Y'all are pouring in. But Perk, I was saying earlier, is because Hillary made the same. Excuse me, Kamala made the same mistake as Hillary, thinking that black people are all stupid, thinking that black people that we only care about fried chicken, watermelon, collard greens, and popping ass. And it's like that's what they that is the what the mainstream media feeds black people, but not all black people operate under nigga mentality. You know what I mean? We notice not all black people, just want to eat chicken and shake their ass. Now, the media pushes that image onto black people because they want to program us all to be under the like bots who just eat chicken and shake ass. But most black people are not like that. There's a lot of niggas out there who have the nigga mentality, who do nigga shit and behave in nigga ways. But a lot of black people are trying to better themselves. A lot of black people are waking up, getting education, starting businesses, trying to again like work against generational curses. So the awakening is here. And that's what I was saying earlier again with, and I'm gonna make that connection too. Yes, Hillary talking about fucking hot sauce, and then here comes Kamala talking about collard greens. Like, girl, black people are more than hot sauce and collard greens. And if you so fucking black, like you keep claiming that you are, then you would know that. You would know that black people don't like pandering. You would know that. You would know that that's offensive. Because again, that's offensive. Out of all the people who she could have had, come to her rallies, come to her conventions, you want to get rappers. You don't want to get black lawyers, black, school principals, black, engineers, black lawyers, black scientists. You don't want to get black architects. Yes, people are really sick and in their feelings, right? Collard greens in a fucking bathtub. Like, bitch, go sit down. Right, that's what I was saying earlier, Corey. She do change her fucking accent, and thinking that black people are just a bunch of fucking barnyard Negroes who don't, you know what I mean? Who don't peep. Thinking that black people are just barnyard banshees, who are just programmed to throw ass and fried chicken, and like we don't know when somebody is changing their accent, like we don't know when somebody is being fake. That's why the fuck Lotto can't get her career off the ground, because she keeps pandering, okay? And it's rubbing people the wrong fucking way. We've talked about this on this channel, because again, if you were actually black, if Lotto was actually black, she would know black people don't like that fake ass, de facto ass new fucking charade she's parading around in. Like, it's annoying. Yes, insulting our intelligence, thinking that we are just, yes, massa, yes, sir. Like, girl, get the fuck out of here. I'm just tired of it. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of like fake ass. Again, Cardi B, another one who's always, and again, Cardi B is actually hood, but she definitely, does whatever it takes to pander to black people. And it's like, if you're so Latina, then and so Dominican, like, you should be pandering and trying to push your music and push your product on Latinas. But you keep trying to push it on black people. Kamala, they got a bunch of Indians in this country. Like, they should be able to support you. So I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people trying to like use black people for their come up. And I'm glad that black people are waking up, because it's enough, again, non-black people who keep using black people for, their level up and for their propelling into, higher levels of success. It's just pathetic. It's pathetic. Okay. Let me we talked about the economy. Yeah, the economy is a fucking wreck. Hopefully, now I want to talk about jobs before we go any further. because I got to touch on a couple things tonight. Again, I'm getting down and gritty tonight. Hispanics don't like Cardi B. No, they don't like Cardi B. No, they don't like her because Cardi B can't speak Spanish, which is part of why she panders to black people, because she don't know her own fucking culture well enough. When you hear Cardi B speaking Spanish, Hispanics don't understand what the fuck she's saying, because she's not speaking legit fucking Spanish, because she can't speak legit fucking Spanish. The bitch speaks Spanglish. That's why we barely understand her, and her own fucking people barely understand her. She is truly Malcolm in the motherfucking middle. She is a mess. Let me get on again one more time. Jobs, Elon Musk, robots. Okay. I want to say no. Maddie, you're hilarious. Right, she can't speak English or Spanish. That's why I call the bitch Malcolm in the middle. Right. She's a waste. So I spent all of my fucking years in New York surrounded by Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and don't know Spanish. What is her problem? However, I don't know what will happen with the job market, but I can tell you this. Do not have faith, you guys, that Trump is going to just turn it all around, because we are in a different America than we were 4 years ago. So now we have AI, and Elon done released these bots. So do not have faith and hope that, oh, it's about to go back to normal. No, babe, it's not about to go back to normal. This economy is going to take some time to turn around. Businesses are failing and going out of business. So when businesses close, people lose their jobs. So that's one thing. And again, now we have AI, and Elon done debuted some bots who are here to take our jobs. Elon is backing Trump big time. I did mention to you guys on the community post about the new founding fathers from the movie The Purge, because I want you to realize on The Purge, in the Purge franchise, and in the Hunger Games, the United States broke up. Remember on the Hunger Games, it was like 13 districts. Okay. And then, yes, it needs to have regulations, but Corey, the whole point is for it to not have regulations so it can, because the whole point is to chip you. They don't want to regulate AI and regulate bots and stuff like that, because the goal is, like Elon Musk has been saying, he wants everybody to get that goddamn Neuralink. He's been saying he didn't want people to have jobs. So, right. So I know some people, and that's part of the trickery with Trump, is a lot of people feel like, oh, like Trump is gonna bring America back, and you know, everything's gonna be great, and make America great again, and you know, bring back manufacturing jobs. Like I get it, but babe, we're not in that world. So Trump gives hope to, right. Thank you, Truth Hurts. He is a part of the plan. Trump gives hope to the average, everyday, working class American. That's the 99%. That's why many people, again, who, if you have to work, because most rich people don't work, they own businesses. But if you are a person who still clocks in, whether it's to your hospital job, and whether you're a surgeon that makes $1 million a year, you know, and you do surgeries all day, or whether you are a mechanic at Chevy and you fix engines all day, if you still go to a job, yes, Truth Hurts. Yes, I do, Corey. I'm gonna get on that. But if you still clock in to a job, you are feeling the pinch of the recession. And you are the everyday person who wants, of course, like more prosperity. And so those are the people who went out and voted for Trump. I don't know who the fuck voted for Kamala. People who wanted to go get an abortion, they the one who voted for her stupid ass. But most people did go out and vote for Trump. The gag is, just like people went out and voted for Trump 4 years ago. Like, Trump won the election last year, or last election too. They just wanted to put Biden in place to kick off, plans that they had. But they're talking about Biden had 80 million votes. Biden did not have 80 million votes. 80 million people did not go out and vote for fucking Joe Biden. 80 million people didn't go out and vote, period. Like, that's the gag. A lot of people don't vote. So 80 million people did not go out and specifically vote for Joe Biden. Like, that is some bullshit. That doesn't make any sense. But that goes to show, you can go out and vote all you want. They're going to put certain people in place who are going to push the agenda, point blank, period. Now, when it comes to all this stuff with Trump, I think Trump gonna try to make things better. But again, he still answers to the powers that be. That's just what it is. True. Let's talk about it, Maddie. Not even Obama had the numbers, so they were just saying whatever people want to fucking hear. But Trump is not going to be able to do what people really want him to do to the extent that they want him to do it, because he's got the owner of Neuralink backing him. Like, who doesn't want none of y'all asked to have a job? So between AI, Chat GPT, and stuff like that, people do need to question them votes, Bree. Like, they do. But until now that we have AI, and again, technology has made significant advances since the last election, I don't think a lot of these jobs are returning. I just don't. I don't think we're going to see a rise in a lot of jobs, or a turnaround in how many jobs there are in the market. That's another thing. That's another reason why the unemployment rate is a lot higher than they're saying, because there's not a lot of jobs for everybody to work anyway. You know what I mean? So that's the issue. So in the movie The Purge, if you pay attention, The Purge and The Hunger Games have a lot in common. They both talk about, at some point, America gets to the point where it has a whole new structure, whole new leaders, like, just the whole system has collapsed and the new one has been rebuilt. Thankfully, people at my job weren't tripping, because I work around a bunch of gays and liberals. Thankfully, none of them even brought the shit up, because I wasn't trying to hear it today. I wasn't trying to hear it. I'm so glad they kept their mouth closed and stayed focused on work, because I don't give it. Again, this is work. We shouldn't even be talking about politics. Like, professionalism, let's talk about that real quick. Professionalism in the American workplace has completely gone out the door. People at work talking about fucking, people at work talking about what they did over the weekend, people at work sharing each other's business, people at work vaping in the bathroom, people at work just, again, hostile, lazy, don't know how to send an email, don't know how to answer the phone properly. Like, Americans and professionalism has just seen quite the decline. So, in talking about politics, we shouldn't be talking about politics at work. It's so much gossip and bullshit at work. That's all people do. That's part of why billionaires want to replace every fucking body, because people go to work and be playing with the childish games and childish bullshit. Like, people do not be at work on a goddamn grind. They just don't. So with the Hunger Games and the Purge too, we see, again, America get to a point where people are so down and out, and things have gotten so off the rails. People is murking each other and desensitized to the point that they didn't normalize murder. Like, what the hell? Like, we see Again, on the Purge, they got 12 hours every year where everybody can just kirk out, black out, crash out. And then on the Hunger Games, they sending off children each year, I believe. I think it was an annual thing where the kids is murking each other to represent for the district. Like, what the hell? Kind of weird, sadistic shit is that. Like, real weird shit. People really do be kirking. Have you heard that? Kirk. I'm about to kirk out or crash out, black out. They really be out here. Them movies, America was on its ass in these movies. But both movies talk about that. Just like both movies, but both movies talk about the US like breaking up. So I want to get on that. In the Purge franchise, they do recall, I think it was the movie The Forever Purge. They do talk about like the United States splitting up at some point. And then again, in the Hunger Games, the United States is split up into different districts. So I also want to bring this up with the United States has always been on the verge of breaking up, because that's the whole reason for the Civil War, the North versus the South, so much internal conflict. The United States was went at war with itself because it was about to fucking break up. And the Union just happened to win, which is why we are still together. So this has been an issue. People here, again, have different of opinions. And this whole country is built off of freedom of speech and free market economy. So people are not going to keep putting up with each other's shit for so long. This is a country that's built off of, to an extent, narcissism, again, free market capitalism, and individuality and free speech. So if people don't like how the other person is thinking, they just like, we just gonna do our own thing. Okay, seriously though, what is God trying to tell me? Because God trying to tell you, God trying to wake your ass up and show you that you are onto something. And those of us who are in the know, because that's what I be talking about, Corey, like spiritual discernment is real. Because it don't take, and we're gonna get on that with these motherfucking fake ass spiritual hoes, but it don't take tarot cards, it don't take divination, it don't take a palm reading for you to see what the fuck going on. If you just open your eyes and if you're tapped in, then you've been seeing this shit for the longest. I've been talking about the United States breaking up for the longest. I've been talking about that for the last few years because I can see it. There's so much tension in this country. Everybody hate everybody. And people are going into two realms. And you know what I've been saying, Corey? I've been saying the United States has no choice but to split up. People as a whole, even if the country stays together, society is splitting up. I've always said that. I said society is going to split up. You know why? Because not everybody is gonna let you chip them. That alone let me know we're gonna have a divide in people, because I've always known about the chip. Not about the chip for years, because I studied Revelations like back in like middle school. So once I found out that, oh shit, it gets real in the book of Revelations, and if you don't get down with Satan and his crew, they're gonna try to kill your ass, and you're not gonna be able to be a part of society. Now that I know what they're talking about when they say the mark, now that I know it's a chip, and if you watch The Simpsons, they have that episode like Days of Future Past, or like something was like Future Past, where I don't know the characters like that, but I know the daughter gets stuck in like the metaverse and her mom has to go get her. I know it's Lisa and Marge. I think Marge has to go get Lisa. And but if you see Lisa's arm, we're getting there, Corey. I'm gonna get to that. But Lisa has a digital tattoo on her arm that like lights up and shit. And it's a mark on the arm. And so it's like, what's that? And like she does plug herself like in to go to this like alternate like metaverse world. So again, like they've been showing people, right? They've been showing people this is what it's gonna be. Now you have Elon who done got that crazy ass shit, like what FDA approved to chip people, and he done already tested this on somebody. So once they perfect it and get it to where they want it to be, again, they're gonna want people to start taking it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you all. Don't count on, oh, the job market gonna make a complete turnaround. No, it's not. Because yes, he did. Yes, he did already get it approved. And he's doing tests and he doing him. So I keep trying to tell y'all, don't keep thinking that, oh, everything about to go back to normal. It's not about to go back to normal because with the economy and with businesses closing and technology taking over, there's not going to be as many jobs for y'all to go back to. And they keep in the same breath creating less jobs, and they keep asking y'all to make more children. They keep saying, oh, the birth rate is low. Y'all need to have kids. For what? They don't have no damn jobs. What are they going to do? That's the plot. The plot is they need people who are going to take the chip. Satan wants souls. He wants a society full of chipped people. That's why they keep doing the double speak. That's why they keep raising the prices of homes and raising the prices of homes, tearing up the economy. The world ain't getting no safer. And they keep in the same breath begging you to have kids. You get economy in the dumps, but go have some more kids. People can't fucking afford to have kids. But it's because they want you to create people who are going to get chipped. And on the movie The Hunger Games, remember, a lot of districts were poor because they were on welfare. Some of them were on welfare, government assistance. They had rich districts and they had very poor districts. So again, UBI is government assistance. And it's not going to come free. It's going to come with, you got to go get this chip so we can control you and everything that you do and everything that you buy and everything that you think. That's why we need you to get chipped, so we can control even your thoughts. So just understand. Okay, let me see. So yes, we going cashless at some point. Now I want to get on because it's a lot to unpack. I want to touch on Kamala one more time before I move on to the psychics and mystics. Yes. Kamala one more time. Oh yeah, society's gonna split up because not everybody's gonna want to get the chip. So if you don't want to get chipped, you're not gonna be able to be a part of society. You're gonna have to go live off grid. Notice how there's a rise in people homesteading, buying their chickens, raising their own cattle, growing their own food. There's a rise in people homesteading because they already know what's happening. It's getting worse and worse and worse. The cities are getting crazier and crazier. If you do not want to get the chip, you will have to homestead. You will have to live off grid. Yeah, homesteading will be fun. I'm excited about it. So that's going to happen. That's what I mean. At the very minimum, society splitting up because not everybody's going to want to get the chip. But the people who homestead will be hunted down by the government people who want you to get the chip. They will be hunted. Know that. Kamala's whole campaign was abortions and ass shaking. because that's what I mean with the political magic. So you want to have people like Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Beyonce, Lizzo, Usher, all these people make highly sexual music. You want them to come to speak down to your rally and perform their highly sexual secular music, but in the same breath, you're offering abortions. That's magic. That's magic. Peep that. That's a spell, that's a ritual. And the whole idea of, yeah, just go get an abortion, we pushing abortion. Y'all should be pushing safe sex. It's a lot of people out here who are bi-curious, who are, you know, homosexual, anything and anybody, anyway, anytime for $1. You know, it's a lot of people who are sexually fluid, you know what I mean, and who run around with all kind of people. And y'all are pushing abortions, which means that you're not pushing safe sex. That's a problem. Before you go run down to the clinic to go try to get an abortion, you need to be trying to go get STD tested if you're running around like that. But they're not pushing safe sex. They're not pushing condoms, birth control, sexual responsibility. They're not pushing real health care. They keep trying to tell you that abortions are health care. No, we're at the point in time where you don't even have to be in that situation. There's the morning after pill, there's condoms, there's birth control. You do not have to even get yourself into a pickle to where you're trying to play games with other people's lives. Right, a lot of people don't believe in safe sex anymore, and that's a problem. Okay, HPV and herpes are the two most common STDs. And again, people will run around and go straight to the abortion clinic but won't go get themselves checked on, and, you know, get a checkup, get tested, get a full panel. No, but you're ready to spend $500 to go abort a baby that you didn't even have to have, and that you didn't even have to, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in that situation. So that's my problem with the Democratic Party. Y'all need to be pushing safe sex. Y'all need to be pushing, you know, again, chastity or sexual responsibility. Y'all need to be pushing, notice that. Notice how they're not pushing condoms. They're not pushing abstinence. They're not pushing being sexually responsible. They have a lot of people out here who are always humping like rabbits, who don't have no kids and who are not passing diseases around because they wear condoms, they go get tested, they take care of themselves. Okay, I get it. We're a lot of people not trying to hear abstinence, but if you're going to, if you want to like go do you need to like take care of yourself properly. You need to be able to ask your partner, when was the last time you got tested? Do you get tested? Because here are my results. We should be being able to have those. Again, you so quick to put somebody's you know what in your mouth, but you can't fix your lips and ask them when was the last time they got tested. That's a problem. If you cannot ask your partner that, then you put the wrong person. You should be able to share results, go get tested together, go buy condoms, go get Plan B. Like, there's options. So you shouldn't even have to be in that situation. But again, these are the same people that keep pushing abortions, which is again pushing you to be sexually irresponsible, when the gag is you would hope to be pregnant instead of the doctor telling you that you have a fucking house in Virginia. That'll really make you want to off yourself. And y'all worried about babies. No, be worried about catching some crazy shit. So I'm tired of it. These politicians are on that bullshit. But the whole reason why they keep pushing, in the same breath that they push abortions, they feed you hypersexual music, is because they need to make sacrifices to Moloch. They need you to go, they need to put a spell on you. These are music, and then you go perform the acts that they talk about in the music. See what I'm saying? So then you go end up in that situation. So you can go get an abortion, because once you do that, it's child sacrifice. And once you get an abortion, spiritually, that puts you in a pact with that demonic entity. Moloch, Baal, whatever. It puts you in that, you know, Satan is not just Satan working on his own. He's got a group of niggas behind him. A group of demons who like help him do his work. And some of those demons, Moloch, Baal, whatever, who are specifically demons that are over child sacrifice. And so once you start getting all these abortions and you start doing that, you make a blood pact with them, because blood is spilled, innocent blood is spilled. And that's how magic works. Magic works when you're really doing like real spell work in magic and spells and rituals and conjuring. Blood of the innocent makes the magic work, because it calls in the demon to this realm. It brings them, because demons live in a different realm. They live in like the 5D. So once you spill innocent blood, it brings them to the 3D. This is real metaphysical science. And so that is why they're like programming you and putting spells on you to get abortions, rather than pushing you to just have safe sex, go get tested, go get on birth control, rather than like pushing preventative measures, which again, preventative measures is abstinence, condoms, birth control, plan B, getting tested, talking to your partner, abstinence. Again, like those are all forms of preventative measures. But instead of pushing preventative measures, they push go kill the kid, because then that gets you, now you're bound into a pact. And again, this is all about, these people need, because once you get your power, thank you, Corey, I'm glad that I can be here to help you. That's why I have my channel. But want to keep telling y'all, Satan works like an MLM. So once you get involved, now you need to go bring him more souls. You know what I mean? Like, he got your soul, go bring him more souls. That's what I be telling y'all about the music industry. It's, okay, you signed to my label, now I'm gonna give you a label and you're gonna sign people to your label, because I need souls. I need you to bring in more people. And what do people tell you about working for MLMs? You're not supposed to be working for an MLM, because it's not a real job. If your job is to recruit and hire, and then they work for you, and then their job becomes to recruit and hire, that's not a real fucking job. It's not a real job. That's what I be telling y'all. It's like celebrities don't really make real money off of movies and music. When you wake up to it, they don't. Especially actors and rappers. They don't make real money off of that. So it's like, how do they make real money? Through trafficking, which is what? Getting more people in the business. Because, like, let's talk about it. If you notice, sometimes you won't see an actor in a movie for years, even like a major actor. You don't see actors constantly booked. Acting is a hard job. You don't see actors constantly booked. And rappers and music artists don't make that much money off of music. They make even less than they used to from streaming. Streaming has dried up the business. So when you factor the reality in, it's like, well, how do they make all this money? Because they sell their ass and they traffic others along with pharmaceutical substances. So, blood of the innocent. That's why, like with Truth Hurts and I were talking about earlier, right? With the people in Springfield, Ohio, killing cats, sacrificing cats. That's magic, because the cat didn't do shit. So why the cat gotta die? Because you want to do a spell. Why you gotta go find an innocent animal? Why you gotta go sacrifice a goat? Why you gotta go sacrifice a cat to make this spell work? Why is that a part of the spell? Because the blood of the innocent. The goat is innocent. The goat didn't do shit. The cat is innocent. The cat didn't do shit. The baby is innocent. The baby didn't do shit. But they're the blood. That's how spells work. The blood, you have to sacrifice the blood of the innocent. And it calls that demon into the third dimension. And then they're able to hop into a body and then do the work. That's how it literally magic. And people think that it's all tricks and giggles, but it's really not. That's why there are several books, about this stuff. Like Aleister Crowley has step-by-step instructions on how to do some of these crazy ass spells for crazy ass results. That's why you see artists sacrificing their family left and right, because their family is innocent. You know what I mean? But they want to pop. And so they're following literal books of magic. Oh, go do this, go do that, go do that. Go grab the hair of a rabbit. Go grab the leg of a turtle. And then the blood of a cat. And then go, bury it under bay leaves. And then go light a candle. See what I'm saying? Like real recipe shit. Okay, yes, it is ramped up. Spell work, magic, the bullshit, it's crazy. Speaking of, I'm gonna go ahead and get into why I'm really here. New Age spirituality bullshit part 2. I made a live before and I linked it in that long community post. No, I linked it in a post after that where I told you guys. I just mentioned it in that long community post. I told you guys about New Age spirituality bullshit. We talked about this on a live. If you haven't seen that live, go check out that live because I'm tired of it. And I think that's what God really has put me here to talk about today with the Trump situation. I started this live off by saying I did not see Trump winning because between the media pushing Kamala in our face every time we turn around to, several astrologers, like several of them, Sloan Bella, her crazy ass, and several other astrologers and stuff like that were like, oh, Kamala gonna win, or we don't see an election at all, or we think the election gonna be delayed, or this and that gonna happen, or there's gonna be a tie. Like, I did not hear any predictions on Trump. The only person who I can recall predicted Trump was that YouTuber Call Me Kinfolk. And Call Me Kinfolk is not an astrologer. His channel is based off of gematria, which is numerology. Gematria is a form of numerology that we find in Jewish mysticism, like the Kabbalah and stuff like that. It talks about gematria, and that's why Call Me Kinfolk's channel is pretty successful, and it's a lot of truth to it because you do find these correlations within numbers and numerology. Numbers are a part of the universe, so there's a code to numbers. Yeah, I heard that Sloan predicted Trump, but Sloan, I don't like the way she does her channel. Like, she doesn't properly label anything on her channel. So, like, you just never know what each live is about. And she just talks about random shit just all the entire time. And, like, there's so little time where she talks about real shit. And again, her channel isn't, like, organized enough for me because you don't know which live she talks about something. Yeah, her channel is very sloppy and ADHD. I am subscribed from her today. Fuck her. Because for everybody that did not correctly predict this election, it just shows y'all are fugazi. Y'all are fucking fugazi. And again, you guys, this is coming from somebody who had, I don't study tropical astrology anymore. I every now and again will study Vedic. I think Vedic astrology is more accurate. But at the end of the day, astrology is not facts all the way through. There will always be nuances and things that don't all the way match up. When I was in college, I took astronomy. I took astronomy 1 and 2. And my professor hated astrology. And he would say astrology is a con science, it's not real, it's fake. And I just felt like, I don't think it's all fake. And I do think that there is some truth to it. There are some patterns in it because it's taught by fallen angels. So it was brought to humans by fallen angels who once did have access to astrological information. So I'm not going to completely discount astrology that it's just all fugazi bullshit. No, it's not all fugazi bullshit. Stars are out there and they are celestial bodies. They are energy. They do possess frequency and energy. But when we start attributing some of these celestial bodies to spirits, when we start worshiping celestial bodies, when we start worshiping astrologers and start believing them and trusting in them and turning to them more than we do God, that's when it becomes a problem. I do, again, let's talk about it. Remember in slavery, slaves had the Big Dipper, if y'all can recall, where they followed like the Northern Star. They followed like a system of stars to find their way to freedom. So no, I don't think stars are all bullshit. I don't think that it's all fugazi. I don't think that, there's no truth, because there are several groups of people again who have followed stars and use stars in the sky as a guide. So, and again, that's how we know the time of day. That's how we, there is some intelligence up there. But it's a problem in this new age spirituality bullshit. There is something, again, with the cycles of the moon and the water and women's cycles. Like, again, we're not spiritually right. True, very true, truth hurts, because all good lies are built on a foundation of truth. When we look in the past, all civilizations used the moon and the stars and the sun as tools to navigate life. That's how you know the seasons, based on the moon and, when the eclipse, and you know what I mean? Like, okay, this moon, people have, that's why I was saying, like, there's patterns to it. Well, when there's an eclipse, this tends to happen. Or when there's a full moon, this tends to happen. And when there's a new moon, this tends to happen. You need to know your cycles and seasons so you can grow crops, period. So it's a matter of life and death to know your stars, to know your seasons, to know your moon cycles and your moon phases. Farmers, before there were, weather apps, before there was technology, the stars and the moon and, I think Truth Hurts, we talked about this before, but like magic is like a form of technology. Yes, magic is a type of technology, but the moon and the stars and the sun are also forms of technology that people had to rely on. They are natural tools people had to rely on before they had modern day technology. Yes, Corey. So stars and moons and stuff like that, it's real. There are patterns to it. These things do exist. But we have gotten so far off track as a society with all of these internet thoughts who are reformed hoes or fucking broke ass witches who run to the internet and convince people that they have all the fucking answers and that they can just find all the answers in a deck of fucking raggedy ass tarot cards, or that they can just, look into a fucking globe and sprinkle some bay leaves and light a couple of candles and they can have it all figured out. That is the problem. It's too many raggedy bitches running this new age spirituality movement. It's too many hoes who make it seem like, I'm gonna call it out, who making it seem like, oh yeah, like we manifesting. No, you manifesting, all right. You selling coochie. I've been caught on to that. It's a bunch of them who sell ass under the guise of, oh, I manifest, follow me, and, get a reading from me. Bitch, you can't even read a book. Talking about you gonna read some cards. Bitch, spell unfortunately. I'm sick of it. I'm going in tonight. I'm sick of these new age spiritual fucking thoughts. Because that's the gag. Because y'all know how hoes do. Bitches will spend their whole 20s thotting and bopping around, driving the boat. And then the moment, they get tired of it and they ran through, oh, now they like, oh, I'm going to turn to God. That's why there's so many hoes in the church. Truth hurts. You here for the bullshit, because it's true. Y'all know that. That's why when you go to church, if you're looking for some hoes, don't go to the strip club. Go to the church. And you're going to meet some raunchy hoes who know how to throw that ass back and make it clap all at the same time. These bitches know how to bankhead bounce because they used to be in the clubs. but now they done throw on a fucking moo and a fucking good old church wig, and now all of a sudden, you know, they Sister Shirley. I'm tired of it. You bitches drain me, and it's bitches like them, and then there's a lot of other ones who, you know, again, slut it out, mud it out, and now all of a sudden, oh, tarot cards and rocks and candles and bay leaves and incense. Like, girl, gone. Yeah, the church is full of fucking niggas who behind on child support payments and bitches who need to go get tested. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, Corey. And a lot of it is you, because again, that's what led me down the new age path, was looking for answers, knowing that there was more out there, knowing that there was more than what I was being presented with, and like going down that path of like, you know, tarot cards, divination, and never like worshiping like different entities and shit, but like trying like manifestation, like, you know, moons, and, you know, how do I, you know, yes, burn a candle for this, and like how, mainly manifesting money, manifesting career success. Never contacted any like crazy ass deities, but never did any blood magic. But that set me down like that new age path, and you know, we go far down that path, and then like everybody, if you keep studying, you go far, and then if you keep studying like I am today, you eventually we yes you eventually find the truth. If you keep studying, you will find the truth. But when you start studying, of course, the path is, you start the path with new age spirituality stuff, because the whole point is like, okay, I want to answer that other people are not giving me. I want to answer that is not mainstream. You're looking for the truth, and unfortunately the truth is a lot of times hidden, which is how you find yourself into the occult, because occult means hidden. Because like there's stuff in the Bible, but once you learn how to decode some of that, because the Bible is the heavily coded book. So if you're new to spirituality, it's easy to read the Bible and shit is just going over your head. Like, again, if you don't pay attention, you won't realize that the book of Genesis talks about reptilians, which is why after the snake or the serpent was cursed, it crawled on its belly, which means that it was walking at some point, and it did approach Adam and Eve on foot. It was a reptilian being. But you probably wouldn't get to that unless you had studied reptilians on the new age side, because you heard something about a different species, and so that took you down that rabbit hole, and then you started to see like the book of Nephilim, where they're talking about, yes, giants mixing with humans, and how does this happen. So you need to study a little bit of both to help you understand the Bible better, because once I started learning about like insectilians and reptilians, I right, Corey. Absolutely. Snakes be having all kind of weird shit going on. But once I studied like reptilians, which then got me to like insectilians, which then took me to like grays and like different types of you know, fallen angel species, that helped me better understand, oh shit, yes. That's what they're talking about in Nephilim. That's how that even happened, through DNA genetic splicing, and, you know, learning more. Okay, also studying New Age helped me to understand, you know, that the earth is flat, but that there is a firmament dome on top, and that there are waters above and below, because that helps you to understand exactly why who Moses or Jesus had to like part the Red Sea, because separating the waters, not all the water can be by each other, because even in the book of, again, Genesis, where it's talking about how God made the earth. Hey, what's up, Micah? When it's talking about how God made the earth and separated the waters. Okay, and it talks about waters above, waters below. But you need to study Also, let's talk about it. The Bible has been doctored by Freemasons, not all of it, but a good amount of it has been. And then when you read different versions of the Bible, it may interpret things differently. You know, like they may add a couple words, take out a couple of words. And some of it, depending on which version, is in older English, which you might not understand as well. Or a lot of books are just cut out, like the book of Enoch is cut out of the Bible. So once you start studying New Age, you can understand the Bible better. And you start to understand that, you know, okay, yes, these entities do live in the water. They, you know, they do live there, and like hence the flood. And again, these different DNA people, and you start to really understand how demons jump in and out of people. And again, the Bible does talk about people of Israel, and again, the Israelites and the Canaanites and the Phoenicians, with these civilizations that ran off of child sacrifice. It does talk about Babylon. It does talk about, you know, what, Nebuchadnezzar and all these crazy ass people. So you start to see civilization has always been jacked. You start to hear about, you know, the chosen ones, the people like Noah, you know, the flood, and you know, the chosen people who God put into place to spread his word. You start learning, and you start being able to easily identify more things around you. So I definitely, you know, have been down my journey. But what I'm going to say is all these new age hoes are irking me, because these people rob the internet blind. They get online and they play like they're just so tapped in. They're just so tapped in. And that's what I told you earlier. These bitches are salespeople. They're salespeople. They get online and they claim that, oh yeah, buy a reading from me, buy a tarot deck from me, you know, get my book, go to my website, subscribe to my newsletter. Notice how these people are always selling you something. I don't beg for money on here. And I'm on tier 1 of monetization. I told you guys, you can send money to my Venmo. I've given you guys my Venmo link. I don't come at you guys with that shit every single episode, every single video, every single live. Because if you want to donate, you want to donate. The goal is you don't have to donate. I just want you to watch so I get to the point where I have ads. My people shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, I do this because I want to do this. Like, my goal is if you give me money by watching. So that's why I don't come to you guys pressed about money every single time you see me. I'll get there, and then you'll know, and then you'll feel good knowing that she got some ad dollars because I watched. So these hoes be online begging for money, you know, book this, book that. And again, like I told you guys earlier, they always have to say like, oh, spirit told me. And, you know, my source, because they're working with the entity on the other side. That is a monitoring spirit. And that's how demons work, off of information. They don't know what you don't tell them. And they can't use that information against you. So when you start going to these people and you start telling them certain things, and then they're giving you readings, it's because they're working with spirits on the other side who are giving them information that based off of what you've told them. So it's easier to manipulate you. So I'm tired of it. I really just want that to be the end. You know, that's why I've made it. And I lost some subscribers today. Some people unsubscribed. I don't give a damn. If you didn't like me talking about these new age spiritual hoes, if you want me to support a raggedy hoe that's pushing abortion, you can go on. You don't have to be on this channel, babe, because I'm not going to be out here lying and pushing lies and, you know what I mean, like faking my stance. No, I do not believe in treating abortions like birth control in healthcare. I believe in being sexually responsible, whether you want to be abstinent or whether you want to hump like a dog in heat. I want you to be responsible. And I proudly believe in Christ. And it's a lot of fake, fugazi ass bitches out there. It's a lot of witches and warlocks talking about how they can predict your future and predict the future, and who again getting their fucking prayer lines crossed, and now they're looking stupid. And I want that to be a wake-up call to people who believe them, because again, I definitely was like, okay, I want to, I want, how is it going to be? And I heard again multiple predictions from multiple psychics, and now their asses are all looking stupid. YouTube might have unsubscribed them, but if they real, they're gonna come back. I'm not pressed, because I said what the fuck I said, and I stand on it. And today I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't have like got too far into politics. And I said, no, I don't care, because God wanted me to expose these fake ass spiritual hoes. He did. I don't care, because I'm not here to my whole problem with it is, which made me wake up and do them videos, was that's the issue right now. Everybody is shocked and disappointed, because it's a bunch of fake ass spiritual people who've been predicting this election, and it didn't turn out the way that they said it would, and now everybody is looking like, oh. And I wanted that to be a wake-up call. Stop believing them bitches. Stop believing them. Stop. Because God is going to have the final say. You are not going to force God's hand. You are not going to, like work over him and force and push what you want. And you are not a human. You are not a otherworldly being. You are a human being. You only have so much power. And there's too many power hungry narcissists in the new age spirituality movement who feel powerless, so they get online and they start making pacts with demons to influence and try to control other people. And they try to play God, and they try to control every little aspect of their own life and somebody else's. That's the real issue with it. Trying to, the thirst for control, the thirst for power. And it's a lot of just straight up scammers. A lot of just straight up scammers who don't know what the hell they're doing, but and just playing with people's lives and livelihood because they're looking for a check. But it's too many, again, narcissistic, power hungry, fake ass, fugazi ass spiritual people who are grifting and who are lying and working with low vibrational entities to influence people and manipulate people. And that's a big problem. So I'm speaking out against it. It needs to stop. I'm tired. Like, there are people who do have spiritual gifts. There are people who do have dreams. There are people who just know things, but that's a gift from God. And you usually don't see them online running around selling readings and, pandering fucking products. But I do believe there are people, again, the Bible talks about that. There are people who God does give the gift of second sight, or who does give the gift of foresight, or who does give strong intuition. There are people with spiritual gifts. And then there's a lot of lying assholes pretending to have spiritual gifts. And I'm tired of them. You're either anointed or you're not. It's a lot of false prophets and pretenders who are pretending that they have gifts. No, bitch, you have rocks from the gift store. So stop it. I'm tired of it. It needs to end. And I'm definitely going to make that a big part of my mission, is exposing the new age spirituality bullshit. You need to stop, encouraging people to astral travel. Right, Dion. I'm tired of people. They got somebody on the internet named Dr. Indy Einstein. She be accurate. That's because she astral travels. She goes to a different realm. And it's a bunch of evil shit in that realm. And she's able to bring back information. And it makes her look like she's all the way truthful, when there is some truth to what she's saying, but she's a dark entity. And that's why you see all of that, like people like, oh, dark feminine energy, I'm in my dark energy, or my dark feminine. That's a whole psyop to get you down that path of like worshiping Lilith, which is a dark entity. I'm seeing that left and right. You know, I'm noticing that. Oh, everybody's like, oh, Lilith this and Lilith that, and my dark feminine energy. You know, girl, no. They're pushing you into a lot of that shit is a pipeline for sex work and crime. Because again, it's dark feminine energy. It's using your feminine prowess to get into dark evil shit, which is what misleading, manipulating, and deceiving men for financial gain most of the time and for power. And you know what these hoes keep forgetting is no ill-begotten gain lasts. Because if you had to lie, cheat, fuck, steal, kill to get it, then God didn't want you to have it. Period. So I'm tired of it. Yes, Blossom, hi, welcome. Blossom, you gonna love the replay. You at the end. But that's just my word. I really wanted to make this video. That's the whole reason why I said I'm going live, because I've already talked to you guys about the new age spirituality movement, how a lot of it is bullshit, and I'm here to continue to expose it. With this Trump situation, it has proved y'all hoes. That bitch do look weird, running around in fucking color contacts and them fucking bad wigs. You better unfollow that hoe. Dr. Indy Einstein is fugazi. She is an evil entity. And at one time, I followed her too. You know, I was like, okay, she be on to something. You know, she be on to something. But Dr. Indy Einstein is dark. She be going to the astral realm, which your ass is not supposed to go to. That's what they was talking about in the movie, Insidious. If you've seen that movie, the reason why that little boy had all of them issues is because in his dreams, when he went to sleep, he was fucking around in that goddamn astral realm. You're not supposed to be going up there, bro. That's a problem. And anybody that's still wearing color contacts in 2024, especially bad color contacts, girl, bye. I've been stopped fucking with Indy Einstein because I think she's selling ass. And people have called her out for scamming, talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a reading, taking the money, not giving a reading. And again, she works with, again, like monitoring spirits and everything else. I've been figured her out. But I'm telling you, I start looking at her crazy because I think she sells ass. Low key, I think she got a sugar daddy, or I think she got somebody funding her lifestyle. And I know she wants y'all to believe that, oh, she just making all this money. And I get it. She has a following. Like, she making some money. But I don't think it's all legit. She do look weird. She looks like a fucking weirdo. Running around with them fake lips. Again, how you supposed to be so spiritual and you look like a fucking sex doll? You look like a fucking blow-up doll. She got a dragon tattoo. Like, y'all better wake up. No, her vibe has only gotten crazier and crazier with time. I let her ass go well over a year ago because colored contacts, big fake lips, bad wigs. The company that she keep is real wild. She's super narcissistic. She thinks she know every goddamn thing. You know, she not no good person. She trying to tell y'all who she is. She's not a good person. She, girl, you better unfollow that damn girl. But she, and people on Twitter have been saying that. Like, some of these, like, psychics and mystics, they be preying on their own followers. And again, because they're working with monitoring spirits, they be doing all types of magic on your ass. You don't even know about it. Like, all type of crazy shit. But I have been woken up to her. And again, like, Satan works like that. Like, it'll be some truth on a bed full of lies. And I have seen through Indie Alchemist bitch ass. I've been seen through her with just the way she carries herself. She carries herself in a terrible way, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse with time. And that's when I realized her ass is fugazi. You know, she didn't start off super crazy, but again, that's how these entities work. The more you work with them, the more that they take from you, and the more that they require from you. So yeah, I'm glad to wake you up because a lot of people are under the spell. And her ass is no good. No good. And again, she's rubbed me the wrong way multiple times, mainly again just with the narcissistic issues and the way she runs around the internet like she got all the damn answers. And that's how demons work. You know somebody is under demonic mind control or in demonic possession when they have the spirit of narcissism, because that's demonic, period. That's the whole reason why Satan and his cronies got kicked out of heaven, is trying to overwork God. Oh, I want to be the top bitch. Oh, I want to be God. Oh, it's got to be me. I want to be in charge and blah, blah, blah. That's why all, right, because this shit is real, Blossom. Demons do not work alone. They have such a great work to do. They work in packs. That's why I be trying to tell y'all. Like, most of the people who you meet out in public, most of the people who are in online are not even like really real. It's a lot of people who are bots. Like, a lot of my comments, like Truth Hurts knows, a lot of my comments that come through sometimes when I have a lot of trolls, those are bots. Those are bots. And these people, especially, you gotta think about it. You follow them, they got access to your page. They might even be able to find your IP address. You know what I mean? Like, they can find you on different platforms and they start monitoring you and following you and sending forces in your life to like fuck with you and like manipulate you and really like try to like influence your life. Like, this shit is really real. Like, this shit is insane, y'all. Once you really realize how much spiritual warfare is working around you and the extent that demons will go, because you have to understand their job is to bring back a soul. And so that's why they will work on a person for years. They will work on you. They will work around through people around you. They will work. Demons do the devil's work for years when they really, really want you. I can tell you that in my personal life. Like, I have gone through it with spiritual warfare at jobs. I think I was telling y'all guys this before. You know, I have no problem finding a job, no problem finding a good paying job. But the amount of demons that I have run into on these goddamn jobs, it is because you are fine. You're like, you're living right, especially like once you start living right. Because when you're on like when you're kind of like not on your right path, you know, you kind of get attacked through like friendships. You get attacked through relationships. You get attacked, you know, through like people in other ways, through family. You know, you get attacked in these ways. But once you start cutting people off, right? Well, you still got to go to work for your livelihood. You know, once you stop, I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking. Once you really start to like clean up your life, you know, the devil keeps sending different attacks because he wants a soul. And so one thing that has stayed steady is, that's true, Truth Hurts. Demons do not come for you if they already have you. One thing that has stayed steady is I go to work. I keep a job. I have no problem working. And the amount of spiritual warfare that I have at jobs is insane. I don't have a problem leaving a job because I'm not gonna go through it. But I'm telling you, like, the fact that I've had to walk away from so many jobs, and when I've been let go from jobs, like if it's just, you know, not working out, but God will figure out a way to get me out of there, because I lack peace in that area because I have cleaned up my life so much. I have let so many people go. I have let hobbies go, people go, habits go. I have left so much alone. And so the devil still seeks to attack any kind of peace. And so I'm just saying, like, now I'm in a like a really good peaceful situation. I left a really crazy situation, and I just thank God that I'm like finally like at a place where it's pretty chill. No, it's not my forever job, but I left my good big girl job. I'm at a part-time right now. I left my good decent paying big girl job with a nice big girl title because the amount of spiritual warfare. I was like, I can't take this. I'm not doing this. Like, I don't deserve this. This is insane. And yes, the top is wicked. And I got me a part-time job and I'm loving it. Like, it's not too crazy. My coworkers are very helpful. I'm there part-time, so I'm not there to like be there with all the bullshit. No, it's not my forever job. I'm still looking for something, for another big girl job, a better job. But at the end of the day, what I'm really looking for is peace, because I left my good big girl job for this job because I wanted peace. I wanted peace. So I'm just telling you guys, I want to expose, yes, because stress will kill you. For everybody that's listening to me, do not give away your peace for these goddamn jobs, because stress is the #1 killer. For my women, stress will deteriorate your hormonal health. Period. Peace is priceless. Women are not meant to be stressed out like men. Stress will give you PCOS. Stress will cause infertility. Stress will cause autoimmune disease. Stress will cause heart disease. Stress will cause, your nervous system to be all fucked up. Stress will cause high levels of adrenals and high levels of cortisol. You will have adrenal imbalance and, you know what I mean, all type of like hormones out of whack, all because your stress levels are too high, and it's causing your hormones to be in overdrive 24/7, which eventually drives them out of whack. And then you have to spend so much time like fixing your nervous system and rebalancing yourself. So no. And again, stress, #1 killer. Stress will give you heart attacks, all type of shit. So do not let these hoes stress you out. Stress will kill you. I don't play that shit. And if you dead, you don't have a fucking job to go to in the first place. So catch that. If you in the hospital because you didn't have a heart attack or you didn't have an overdose, or you know what I'm saying, you didn't had an anxiety attack, you did something, then a nervous breakdown, something didn't happen to you, you can't work anyway if your health is not #1. If your health is not A1, you won't be going to no job no way. So do not sacrifice your mental health or your physical health for a goddamn job. You won't be able to work it anyway. Funny how that works. Yeah, stress will fuck y'all up. So I don't play that shit. But yes, again, you guys, I made this live because I wanted to expose these fugazi new age spirituality demon bitches. I'm sick of them. Stop following them. Leave them hoes behind. Yes, Blossom, take care of your nervous system, but first, Blossom, for real, cut all them spiritual hoes loose. Cut them loose. Talk to God. Spend most of your time getting to know yourself, talking to God, sitting in silence, praying in silence, studying on your own. You can study spirituality, study the Bible, study on your own. Get your own knowledge. Seek your own knowledge. Ask God for knowledge. Ask God for clarity. Leave these fugazi demon bitches alone. They don't mean you know well. These hoes are trash. Most of these hoes are hoochie mamas who sell coochie. I'm exposing these hoes. I'm sick of them with a passion. They're like fucking blood-sucking mosquitoes. That's the problem. Half they ass worship Satan, and the other half worship the damn dollar bill, and they sell coochie. Yes, big bookworm, nervous system health is serious. Your nervous system, you want your nervous system to be A1. You do not want to be always shook and out of balance. You don't. But yes, 2024 is the year of exposure, and I'm determined to expose these hoes because they really, really piss me off. Because I was one of those same people, I used to love like a good prediction, like, oh, what's this month gonna bring, and what's on the horizon for me. Again, it's only natural for humans. I had my phone's on 20%. It's only natural for humans to be curious. So it's okay. You know, you want to know, you're curious, but let life happen. The best way to predict the future is to create it with your actions, with what you do, with how you respond. Learn to master yourself and get into again your own flow of how you search for information, seeking knowledge on your own, asking God to guide you to knowledge, and God will show you the way. If you talk to God, He will show you the way. These banshee bitches who do work on their followers without them knowing, and who, again, you know, selling ass and readings, leave them bitches alone. It's too many whores and witches and warlocks on the internet. And that's why they all be pushing y'all to, oh, Lilith and dark feminine energy. They are trying to push y'all to sell ass just like them, because they are under the control of demons who telling them, go bring us some souls. You know what I mean? They're trying to recruit women into selling ass. That's why you see so many women doing that nowadays. You see the Instagram hoes selling ass, and you see the new age spiritual bitches, you know what I mean, posted up online looking all crazy and funky, because they're low key trying to recruit you into their goddamn coven, because they only have the influence and the following that they have because of manipulation and magic and dark spiritual alliances. Like, stay woke. So with that being said, love you guys. Thank you guys for coming through. I've been on here for a while. The replay is going to be fire. You already know, the moment I get off, I'm going to post the link to this live. No problem. I was really excited to come to you guys with this live. God gave me the energy because I had some traffic on the way home today. Traffic was insane. And I was like, oh, I might be tired. But when I tell you I was not tired, I've been looking forward to this. I like came home and I ate, and I was like, I am ready to get on live. So I'm gonna replay. Yes, big bookworm. Thank you. I always post a replay. I love my replay gang. I will, especially for you guys who came in a little bit later, I will post the link immediately on my community post when I get off. I'm gonna also post in my Discord. If you're not on my Discord and you have Discord or you want to get Discord, please join Discord. I be on Station Head sometimes. Get on to Station Head. Y'all know where I'm at. I'm on Twitter more often now too. So you know where to find me. I will go ahead and repost all of my links on the community post after this, so that way, you know, you don't have to scroll back if you're looking for me on different platforms. But with that being said, again, thank you guys for stopping through. Thank you for commenting, engaging, interacting. I appreciate y'all being here. Have a lovely night. Bye, everybody.